but should there not be certain things that disturb us? So for example, if money came here into the ashram and some corrupt person who was working here siphoned it off, shouldn't we be disturbed? Of course we should be. However, we should be disturbed only as a catalyst to bring about a change in the system that permitted someone to siphon off the money. And this, you can go bigger. Should we be disturbed by world hunger? Absolutely. Should we be disturbed by women dying in childbirth simply because they don't have money to have access to medical care? Absolutely. Should we be disturbed by our rivers being polluted? Our trees being cut down? Absolutely. However, should that disturbance shake me up so much inside that I am no longer able to be anchored and grounded in the true spiritual perfection? No. And the reason for that is that I actually, if I'm going to be a useful, impactful, efficient agent of bringing about change in the world, the only way I can do that is from a grounding in peace. There's way too many activists, volunteers, NGOs out there who mean really well. Honest, good people, forget people siphoning money. I'm talking honest, good people. We actually have to take it beyond the picket signs, beyond the petitions, beyond the social media sharing and forwarding, beyond the screaming and yelling, into actual grounded, efficient, effective action. And so the disturbance should be a catalyst. And that's where it's important, because otherwise, in general, people tend to be lazy. So if I'm not disturbed by seeing children starving by the side of the road, chances are I'm not going to do anything about it. And so the disturbance, the tears that well up in my eyes, sometimes people say to me, how can I find peace, find joy in the midst of that which is happening in the world? And I always say, the highest calling with what is happening in the world is not to be able to be so peaceful that you can sit this one out. To be so peaceful that you don't need to step up and engage. The time is not there now for any of us to sit this one out. Every one of us must be engaged. But we must be engaged from a place of internal peace. Because it's the perfect intersection of being disturbed as a catalyst, but not being able to actually be effective in my state of being disturbed, where I can't eat and I can't sleep, but actually needing to be able to find that peace, find that anchoring, find that grounding in which the divine flow of the universe can flow through us. But in life, as we move through the world, it's not always so easy to know exactly what's needed. But the universe knows, the divine knows. Everything in nature is created perfectly. And if we can just align ourselves with that divine flow of the universe, then it flows through us, and we actually become able to be tools, vehicles for the divine. And so, absolutely, we should be disturbed. It's a beautiful question. We should experience that. But in the face of that, at the time of that, we should be able to be anchored and grounded so that it's not about our ego. Otherwise, as I go out to serve, I join an NGO, I form an NGO, it becomes all about our own egos. It becomes all about, Puja Swamiji always says, logos and egos. Destroy so much of the important work that needs to happen in the world. And if we actually can work as clear vehicles, clear vessels for the divine to flow through, then, without that attachment to logos and egos, then we're able to eradicate, yes, corruption and thievery, but also violence, environmental destruction, all of that which is happening in our world, and for which each of us is actually being called to be a vehicle of transformation. So if you find yourself disturbed, if you find yourself sad, if you find yourself angry, don't try to push it away, but see how that can be a catalyst for action. But ensure that you, as the one doing the acting, are still grounded and anchored in the perfection of the universe. And then you'll be able to actually be able to serve beautifully.